A St. George man faces first-degree felony counts of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor. RV fire threatens homes, and a boy was flown to the hospital after nearly drowning.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Amy Bennett. A St. George man was arrested following an 18-month investigation and is now facing 100 counts of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor. 63-year-old David Michael Thibodeau was served a search warrant in January 2023, and investigators found numerous computers and monitors. Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force agents noted that due to an enormous amount of data, the process took more than a year, and the lab advised investigators that there was roughly 320 terabytes that have to be processed. Thibodeau was arrested and booked into jail, where he remains in custody in Washington County without bail. The start of a trip to southern Utah was met by flames for a few visitors, but firefighters worked to make sure a fire in an RV didn't spread to nearby homes. We'll head over to Chris Reed for more on the story.
The charred-out remains was all that was left of an RV after an early morning fire in the driveway of a Bloomington Hills home. One home had to be evacuated and another was threatened in the fire first reported at 5:30 a.m. Wednesday morning. St. George Fire Battalion Chief Cody Gately said it was a pop that alerted the occupants of the RV that there was a problem.
There were individuals that were staying in it, and they just got there. They just got in town late last night, and they were staying at their friend's house. And they heard a loud pop inside and woke them up, and then there was smoking, and then they got out.
The RV was a complete loss, but firefighters kept most of the damage to the motorhome.
Thanks, Chris. Levi Wright, the son of rodeo stars Spencer and Callie Wright, was flown to the hospital after nearly drowning in a river on Tuesday. An update was posted to Spencer Wright's Facebook indicating that the boy might not survive. Authorities say life-saving measures were administered on scene, after which Life Flight arrived and airlifted him to Primary Children's Hospital in Salt Lake City. On Tuesday morning, Cedar City firefighters rescued two men who were stuck in the bucket of an aerial maintenance lift while trimming a tree. Here's Jeff Richards with the story.
Two workers who became stuck on a malfunctioning piece of equipment while trimming a tree were successfully rescued by Cedar City Fire Department on Tuesday morning. After spending time troubleshooting the problem, responding firefighters were able to safely lower the boom lift to ground level around 11:15 a.m. Nobody was injured.
Thanks, Jeff. St. George News reporter Alicia Lundgren explores the dangers of the highly flammable tamarisk trees, which can increase flood risk and soil salinity along the Virgin River and throughout the Colorado Basin. We'll go to Alicia for the details.
Tamarisk is an invasive tree that is flammable, can increase flood risk, and raise the amount of salt present in soil, making it more difficult for native species to grow. But while land stewards are working to remove most of these trees in southern Utah, experts say they need to be mindful to leave a few for a small endangered bird, the southwestern willow flycatcher. According to Christian Edwards, a native aquatics biologist at the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources, about 75% of flycatcher nests surveyed locally over the last 17 years, depending on the year, were in tamarisk trees.
We're trying to restore native vegetation to these riparian areas, but the problem is that the willow flycatcher prefers to nest in tamarisk. The reason why they prefer these tamarisk trees is they're really structurally complex. The tamarisk, they have lots of branches shooting off. They catch a lot of debris. They're really messy. If there's cottonwood fluff or willow fluff, it lands on the tamarisk, and it's just really messy. But it makes for a good tree to build a nest in because the nest gets concealed from predators.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Amy Bennett with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.